Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Atta with you as we wrap up another 4-day race week here in Hollandale Beach. 11 of them for you on Sunday. A strong card, turf racing as well. And, of course, the Rainbow Six is now front and center. Race 6, $500,000 in the estimated jackpot. We'll turn it upstairs to track announcer Pete Aiello for your course and weather conditions.
The weather today, sunny skies with temperatures in the low 90s. The main track is fast. The turf course rated good, and the Tapeta track is fast. In race 1, scratch the 6, Camden Race. Scratch number 8, Summertime. 6 and 8 withdrawn from race number 1. Racing at Gulfstream. Good start from between for La Fresita, who heads off for the early advantage. Sweet Judy Blue has speed today, and she's up and around traffic. Moving out the rail, Cajun Gal's on the go. Cajun Gal racing with Sweet Judy Blue. They're 1-2. Corn Peak is in the red cap, a joint third with La Fresita. Then it's in a blink. The early trailer is Miss Terra Sansol. Up and around traffic, Sweet Judy Blue and Melvis Gonzalez have kicked to a 3-length lead. Cajun Gal is now second from Corn Peak, who's angled off the inside to race in third. Sliding through at the rail is in a blink into fourth. The two at the back, La Fresita and Miss Terra Sansol. No secret about the tactics here. Sweet Judy Blue laying down the gauntlet to the rest of the field early on here. She's opened a 4-length lead while under a hold. From the outside, it's Corn Peak, who's 3 wide under a loose rein from Edgar Perez. Meanwhile, Leonel Reyes and In a Blink have rail position, and Cajun Gal works between horses. Then Miss Terra Sansol, and now the trailer, La Fresita. They went to half in 47-3. These are pretty lofty numbers as they swing around the far turn. Sweet Judy Blue tries to bottom out the group, and she has the lead by 2 with 3/8 of a mile remaining. Corn Peak will need to do better than that. In a blink with an inside lane. Meanwhile, Bracho's in the clear with Miss Terra Sansol, and she's circling horses and on the move through 3/4 in 1:12-3. They haven't reached Sweet Judy Blue yet. Sweet Judy Blue turns for home on top. In between horses, it's in a blink, and outside Miss Terra Sansol. These three have beaten Corn Peak, who's back to fourth as they straighten for the drive. It's still Sweet Judy Blue, the target. On the outside, Miss Terra Sansol from between horses in a blink. In a blink's not doing enough. Sweet Judy Blue is still in front. Miss Terra Sansol is now into second, but that's as far as she gets. Sweet Judy Blue goes gate to wire. Miss Terra Sansol second, In a Blink third. Cajun Gal fourth. Favorite Corn Peak floundered in fifth. 145-3. And they're off. In the middle, Mr. Crowley gets the first call and goes looking for the early lead from a headstrong Social Long Distance, who's on a pressing move in second. Lorenz is out in the middle while racing in third, and Super Energizer's off the speed today, fourth toward the rail. Followed fifth by Vladislav, then Novo Soul, the early trailer, the late-running Mutawid. Up on the outside, here's Social Long Distance still fighting Morelos as Mr. Crowley is alongside, and these two get acquainted, and they both tend to over-race a touch through the early stages here. The quarter time was 24-1. Racing in third is Super Energizer together with the favorite Lorenz, who's in the 2-path. Then it's Novo Soul. It's a gap of 3 more to Vladislav, and Super Energizer is last. The opening quarter complete in 24-1. They have less than 5 furlongs to run in the race. And Morelos finally lets Social Long Distance do what he wants, which is stride forward through a wicked half of 47 seconds flat. Racing up on the outside, that's Lorenz into second. In between horses is Super Energizer. That's all for Mr. Crowley. He just checked while being put in tight. Up on the outside, Novo Soul, then Mutawid and Vladislav. Around the far turn they go. Up front, Social Long Distance tries to braven up. He's gone quick, though. From the outside, Lorenz is second. From the inside, Super Energizer is third. 3 back to Mutawid, who finds his best stride and comes on next. Off the turn in the stretch drive, 3/4, 110-1. Still plenty of hopes here from the rail. Super Energizer gets through. Novo Soul 3 wide, 4 wide, and Lorenz coming on. Farther out in Mutawid, they come past the 8th pole. Social Long Distance is still in front. Novo Soul takes his shot. It's a winning shot. It's Novo Soul and jockey Drayden Van Dyke to win by a length. Social Long Distance second. Lorenz is third in 140 flat. Florida Derby. After 3/4 in 112-1, Known Agenda is now on to take over the lead. It's Known Agenda for St. Elias Stable. Florida Derby winner, Known Agenda.
Whether you're new to the world of horse racing or a seasoned professional, we have something for everyone here at the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame. From fine art to legendary artifacts, our mission is to preserve and promote the history of thoroughbred racing in America and honor the sport's most accomplished participants. Open year-round and located on Union Avenue, right across from Saratoga Racecourse, adding to the rich history surrounding the oldest racetrack in America. Visit racingmuseum.org.
And they're off. Good start at the inside for Come to Papa. Here's speed from Sultan the Great on the go. Sultan the Great up and around horses to take the lead. The Gray Taparino looks to get into a flanking roll from Midnight Council, who's in between horses. Come to Papa's along the rail, and Zeke's Heart is the early trailer. They chase the speed of Sultan the Great. Sultan the Great has the lead by a length. Morelos gets the spot he wants with Taparino second on the outside. Midnight Council well positioned by Panici third, well in hand. Meanwhile, Come to Papa's running in spots here a bit for Drayden Van Dyke, angled to the outside to try to get him to focus. The trailer is Zeke's Heart. The leader is Sultan the Great. 25-3 for a very leisurely opening quarter. Sultan the Great taken on by Taparino, their heads apart. In between horses, Midnight Council is going to now go after the leader, and then it's back to Come to Papa and Zeke's Heart. They go to the half-mile point, and now here's Midnight Council with a move to take on Sultan the Great. Taparino 3 wide trying to keep up. 2 back to Come to Papa, and Zeke's Heart is last. They went to half in 50-3 as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Here's Midnight Council making a pretty authoritative move after Sultan the Great, who tries to turn him away. These two have got 2.5 on Taparino, who's driven and not really responding. The same could be said for Come to Papa, and Zeke's Heart is last as they reach the top of the stretch. 3/4, 114-1. They're off the turn. They're in the drive. Sultan the Great doing everything he can to fend off Midnight Council. That's all for Taparino. Down the center, Zeke's Heart up the rail. Come to Papa. They come past the 8th pole. Zeke's Heart's the one finishing up. He's down the center from last under Lionel Reyes. And Zeke's Heart has rallied to command. Zeke's Heart will win it and win it going away. Come to Papa definitely ran in spots. He's up for second. Third was Midnight Council. Taparino's in a 4th place photo with Sultan the Great in 142-2. And they're off. Good start from the outside for Breath Deeply, who heads off for the early lead. Moving up toward the inside, I'm Still Brave's on the go. Ginger Snapjack gets away into the top 3. Speeding through, here's the favorite Golden Sombrero on the march. Golden Sombrero will head off the field and take the lead at 1-5. Second is I'm Still Brave. Out in the middle, it's Breath Deeply, who's now racing in third. At the inside, it's Uzziah from between horses, Tappett's Direction. Ginger Snapjack's on the outside. Widest of all, Blue Blinkers of Jade's Joy. And well back, the early trailer, Hollywood Hero. They have half a mile to race. They went 23-1 for the opening quarter. The leader is Golden Sombrero, there by almost a length. I'm Still Brave second, and third is Breath Deeply. Racing into fourth is Tappett's Direction. Dropping back a touch is Uzziah with Jade's J. Then back to the outside, Ginger Snapjack as they reach the 5/16. They went 46-2 for the opening half mile, and they run to the top of the stretch. Golden Sombrero, Reyes tells them it's time to go to work. On the far outside, Tappett's Direction is 4 wide, 2 path, I'm Still Brave. Breath Deeply is next, and they're at the top of the stretch. From between horses, I'm Still Brave. Along the rail, Golden Sombrero with every opportunity to get by is Tappett's Direction. They come past the 8th pole. Tappett's Direction roused forward by Jaramillo for a narrow lead. He shifts gears, and he puts them away now. Tappett's Direction clear by 3. Battling for second is Golden Sombrero. Tappett's Direction in front. Golden Sombrero was second. I'm Still Brave ran third. Fourth is Breath Deeply in 125-3. they're off. Good start for Misprint from between. Red Hot Spark along the rails, She's Spiteful. So 3 of the 4 favorites away in good shape. The one who was not was the 5, Cajun Expectation, who's behind the speed. Out in the middle goes Ours Fortune Cookie, then back to Cozy's Palace. Polo of Trouble and Musical Journey bring up the rear as they swing to the far turn. Misprint at even money has the lead by half a length. Our Fortune Cookie is on the press in second. At the rail, that's She's Spiteful in third. Red Hot Spark is between horses. Out 3 wide goes Cajun Expectation. Then back to Polo of Trouble and Cozy's Palace with Musical Journey as they reach the top of the stretch. With the advantage, it's still the favorite. Misprint off the turn with the lead. Panici gets through at the fence with She's Spiteful, who tries to go get her from third. Red Hot Spark, there's an eighth of a mile to go. Misprint roused on the top end and still finding. From the inside, She's Spiteful is second, but she's making no impression on Misprint, who is kicked away. Even money on Misprint in front. She's Spiteful was second, Red Hot Spark is third, and Musical Journey to complete the Super, 56-2. And they're off. Step slow to break, Uranium. Good start at the rail for People Force, who heads off for the early advantage. Grand David is up the challenge from second. Cashier Check drops over from the outside gate. He lands third. At the inside, it's Globes in fourth, and after a step slow beginning, the trailer is Uranium. The favorites land 1-2 with the second choice, Grand David, up and around People Force to take the top. In hand third is Globes, racing fourth is Cashier Check, and in no hurry at the back is Uranium. The quarter complete in 23-4. The leader is Grand David and jockey Amisael Jaramillo. On top of half a length as Edwin Gonzalez comes off the inside on People Force. He's now badgering the leader in second. Globes is watching the in-battle duo while 2 lengths off the lead in third, then Cashier Check, and Uranium is last. 4.5 furlongs to run in the race. Grand David is the leader. On the outside, People Force is second. There's really been no change in proceedings here, with Globes remaining third, just in front of Cashier Check fourth, and never out of last, Uranium. They went to half in 48 seconds flat. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. The 2 favorites begin to get away from the others. On the outside, People Force toward the inside, Grand David. They begin to sprint at the 5/16, 6 ahead of Globes. Then it's Cashier Check as they reach the top of the stretch. At this point, People Force doing the better work with Grand David backpedaling a touch. 4 back to Globes. Underway from the back is Uranium, then Cashier Check. They're at the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:11-1. They turn in. It's People Force trying to put it away. From the outside, Globes is trying to track him down. Fighting the good fight is Grand David from the rail. Final 16th to run, and it's People Force clear with no dangers. Globes is up into second. People Force in front. Globes is second. Grand David is third. Cashier Check, and then Uranium in 1:42-2.
Coast to Coast Pick 5. $1 minimum. Player-friendly 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5. Every weekend.
And they're off. In the middle, it's Manhattan Boy who begins well, moving out the rail. Muntalik is on to challenge. Away in third is Zoo Daddy. Up in the middle here, Sting Music and Nameless moving up. They're both trying to get over and use speed to do it as they run to the first turn. With the advantage, it's Manhattan Boy and Jaramillo over to the rail and on top by a length and a quarter. Nameless. 3 wide and up into second from Sting Music. At the rail, Muntalik. Zoo Daddy backs off to land fifth now. Then at the rail goes the Ragman with Red Arborio. Out a bit deep on the course is Stray Prince, and the early trailer is Wild Charm. The early leader is Manhattan Boy. Quarter time, 24 seconds flat. They race to the backstretch now. It's Manhattan Boy in front, but only narrowly. Now coming to call both Sting Music and Nameless second and third. Muntalik is fourth as they force the leader to quicken. Racing fifth is Zoo Daddy. At the rail, Ragman, together with Red Arborio and Stray Prince. Still out the back is Wild Charm. They're with the half in 48 seconds flat as they have less than half a mile to race. It's Manhattan Boy the target. Sting Music second. Nameless is third. Muntalik ready to go fourth toward the rail for Edwin G. A gap of 5 to Zoo Daddy, then Ragman. Trying to rally from the back is Red Arborio as they reach the 3 furlong grounds. Up front, Manhattan Boy working overtime, but still ahead in front. On the outside, Sting Music issues the challenge second. Muntalik looks to tip and roll from third. Nameless is dropping back to fourth. Off the turn and the stretch drive. Sting Music bidding up to take on Manhattan Boy. Off cover, here's Muntalik. Now there's an eighth of a mile to go. Sting Music has the lead. Manhattan Boy trying to buckle down. Muntalik has too much to do. Final 16th of a mile. Manhattan Boy responding inside under Jaramillo. Manhattan Boy digging in. Manhattan Boy is the winner. Sting Music is second. Muntalik is third. Nameless is fourth in 141 flat. And they're off. Good start in the middle for Five Eyes on Sky Stars, who heads off for the early lead. At the rail, here's Zax Mysterio on the go. Zax Mysterio going up to put ahead in front. Five Eyes on Sky Stars will have to sit second, and Practically Dark's out in the middle in third. Fatouche is an early fourth, and 3 to the trailer, Blaze of Color. Half a mile away, Zax Mysterio with a clear lead. He's in front by a length and a half. Five Eyes on Sky Stars is there second. Practically Dark is 3 wide while third. Fatouche is at the rail in fourth, and 2.5 to the trailer, Blaze of Color. They speed around the far turn through a 22-2 opening quarter. Zax Mysterio has the lead. Up on the outside, here's the move from Practically Dark to try to go get him. Five Eyes on Sky Stars throws out the anchor. Fatouche is fourth as they reach the top of the stretch. On the inside, Zax Mysterio. On the outside, Practically Dark. Practically Dark! He's doing the better work under Drayden Van Dyke. He sets sail for the money and opens 2.5. Zax Mysterio is going to try to hold off Fatouche for second. They come past the 8th pole, and Practically Dark is kicking clear with authority. We know he has talent. Now we get to see it. Practically Dark is in front by 3.5 in the end from Zax Mysterio second. Third was Fatouche, and then Five Eyes on Sky Stars in 111 flat. And they're off. Good start out in the middle for Secret Lover, who heads off for the early advantage. Santos to Wilson is moving up to challenge, and in between horses, it's El Rojo Vivo and the run out of the chute. Santos to Wilson working way out in the center here. He challenges El Rojo Vivo for the early lead. A gap of 2 to Golden Glider, who's well situated in third, from Haberdashery, who's an early fourth. Then Secret Lover in front of Scar, third last. The Skipper 2 drops to second last, and the late running Lightning Tones is last of all as they complete a quarter in 24-1. Jockey Edgar Perez was intent on getting Santos to Wilson to the outside of all rivals, and he's there now and challenging for the lead with El Rojo Vivo. A gap of 2.5 to Golden Glider, who's now third from Scar. He improves to make ground into fourth, ahead of Secret Lover and Haberdashery. 3 back to the Skipper 2, and Lightning Tones is last. They picked it up in the second quarter as they rolled through a half in 46-4. On the outside, Santos to Wilson to take the lead now by almost a length. Back to second is El Rojo Vivo. Golden Glider begins to tighten in third. 3 back to Scar. He's now fourth, but he's making hard work of it. Down at the inside, the skipper, too, finds his best stride and comes on next. There's less than a quarter of a mile to come. They went through 3 quarters in 1:11 flat. Santos to Wilson with work to do. Golden Glider tripped out and tries to go get him. From the back, it's the skipper, too. There's an eighth of a mile to go. Golden Glider rallies forward under Edwin Gonzalez to take a clear lead. Santos to Wilson trying to cling to second from a charging the skipper, too. They come home for the wire. Golden Glider, he's in front by 3 in the end. Santos to Wilson stayed for second. Third was the skipper, too. Then Scar and Lightning Tones at 137-2. They're off. And they're off. Good start outside for Holy Coffee, who heads off for the early lead. Trumpets wants to run with her. These two get acquainted. They race ahead of Stiletto Heels, who's racing a joint third. Moving out the rail, the Dove Rules. In between horses, Damar's Legacy, then back to Deflection. Way out in the center here is Miss Saley, and the early trailer is Kamichi. To the far turn they go. The leader, Holy Coffee, by a length and a quarter. Trumpets is second. Miss Saley makes a wide bit on the outside to take third. Underway from the back is Kamichi. She's 3 wide. At the rail, that's the Stiletto Heels, and in between horses, Damar's Legacy. Deflection and the Dove Rules toward the back of the group, and the leader is Holy Coffee. Holy Coffee went 21-1 to the opening quarter. On the far outside, Kamichi begins to roll. In between horses and Trumpets, looking for room, Damar's Legacy. On from last, Deflection. They come past the 8th pole. Kamichi rallies forward to take on Trumpets. Kamichi surging to the lead now. Trumpets is back to second. Deflection charging to get into third. Kamichi in front. Trumpets is second. Deflection is third. Holy Coffee is fourth. Then the Dove Rules, 55-2. And they're off. Poor break. Mr. Cooper also slow into stride is Zeno, but he usually does that. From the inside, it's Treasure Flay, who begins quickly, taken on by First Coast Storm. Out in the middle, Go Oak, Go Broke. He's on the go in third. Romping Runner is away behind the speed, and recovering after the poor start is Mr. Cooper. Out wide on the course is Cajun's Choice, then Arrow Ghost, and Zeno is last. Into the far turn they go. First Coast Storm doing battle with Go Woke. Go Broke, their heads apart. 3 wide, Romping Runner. 2 path, Mr. Cooper's on the move. That's all for Treasure Flay. Outside and not doing much is Cajun's Choice. Trying to wind it up from the back is Zeno as they reach the top of the stretch. On the outside, Go Woke, Go Broke. Jaramillo striding forward for the advantage. On the far outside, Romping Runner. 3 wide and Mr. Cooper. Zeno's underway in a big way, cuts the corner and comes on next. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Trejo's trying to wheel to the center on Zeno as just taking over the lead is Romping Runner. Romping Runner, the target is 16th out. Mr. Cooper is second. Here's Zeno charging hard. He's trying to get into second, but he can't reach. Romping Runner is in front. In second was Mr. Cooper, then Zeno, and Go Woke, Go Broke. First Coast Storm to complete your high five. 104-2.
That's a wrap on the 11-race Sunday card. We'll take a few days off and we'll be back with you on Thursday. 8 of them for you in that traditional 12:55 first post. We hope to see you out here at beautiful Gulfstream Park.